1 second, 1 second, 1 second. Hold on, you guys. Hold on, you guys. Some of you are taking a break, and that's really freaking stupid, man. I'm going to talk straight to you. Hold on, please. Please stop. I think the problem for most people in this room, you're still good students. You know, you had the man or the teacher. You're not allowed to talk to each other. It's called collusion. It's called cheating. Look, I'm talking to you about the plan for your life. That's it. Look, hey, look, I took a great risk today. I talked to you a thing about slavery. What I'm saying to you, ladies and gentlemen, is you go to school to learn to be a slave. So you sit there and you do as you're told. Be polite, be nice, speak quietly. This is the quietest room I've ever seen. Good, obedient students. So I'm going to give you another chance. When you talk about your plan, you better be proud of it. I used to tell people that, you know, when I was flat broke, they said, hey, Kiyosaki, you're broke. I go, hey, read between the lines. I got a plan. And the more people I told about my plan, the more I had to do it, because I told everybody. Hey, look, guys, I'll say it to you again. I know what it feels like to be broke. I've been there. I was broke, but I wasn't poor. Poor means you're poor in spirit, too. You know, how I always like to have my friends say, I got wiped out twice. You know, the reason you guys are in the best thing right now is because you're encouraged to fail. Being an entrepreneur, you know, my first business was a nylon and Velcro surfer bullet business. I was in my 20s. Thing went up like a rocket and came down like a rocket. Painful. I was down $800,000 when the dust settled. Started another business, failed again. But I still had my plan. And everybody else is sitting there, you know, I'm going to start a network marketing business. Wimp, pussy, give me a break here. Sports fans, you better be proud of your plan. Even if it's not true yet, be proud of it. You know, when my first business came down, I had to face all my creditors because I had borrowed a couple of $1 million. I tell you, it takes a lot of, my Mexican friends say, cajones, you know? I had to go and talk to my investors and say, hey, apologize, I effed up. Can I borrow more money? That's cojones, man. Or I could say, I think I'll get my MBA now. You know, give me a break. Pussies and whips do that, man. So I can get a job and work for the man. Look, you're not going to make it if you like that attitude yet. You've got to change your attitude. So when I talk to you, this is my plan. You better speak with conviction. This is the place to do it. You don't go, this is my plan. So I want you to find a partner. You're going to stand up and shout, this is my plan, and list your plan, and your partner's going to tell what the plan is. You got 1 minute to raise this roof. Everybody stand and talk about your plan. Ready, go. Okay, give yourselves a hand. Much better. Big hand. Take your seats. Please take your seats. Thank you. Thank you very much. Hey, let's still talk about their plan. Look. Look. Please listen. There's a lot of people, please, here. There's a lot of people today are afraid. How many people know people who are afraid today? And the reason they're afraid is they've been taught to be slaves to other people. You know, so Lincoln set them free, Emancipation Proclamation. But you're not going to set people free if you're afraid too. When I was flat broke, and I said when I lost all of my investors' money, I had to go back and say, hey, let me tell you the new plan. And most people threw me out. They should have. But it takes balls to sit there and tell them the plan. And it takes even more integrity to make that plan come true. I promise you, you're in a much better place than I was when I started. You know, I started with nothing. You guys have a great organization that allows you to work your plan. The only way you can fail, is to not fail enough. And if you're still having a little, oh, I don't want to embarrass myself. I don't want to do this. You're going to fail. Next time you talk to somebody, say, hey, look, let me tell you about my plan. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this. I'm going to buy my real estate or whatever it is. I'm going to do this. I'm going to pay less tax, and I'm going to make a lot of money. And then I'm going to buy the big house, the Rolls Royce, the Bentley, or whatever you want to buy. See what the idiots do? What you're taught to do is you go to school, get a job, buy a big house, and then buy the BMW. Whoa. Big effing deal. Give me a break. What people do is they go to school, get a job, buy a big house, buy that BMW or a Lexus, and go broke. That's what school is teaching you to do. That's why they say your house is an asset. Ask your banker. They'll let you call your house an asset, but they won't tell you whose asset it is. Like I said, it's their asset. Because every month you make that monthly payment to your mortgage, it goes straight to the bank. Does it right? Does your mortgage payment go to the bank? It's putting money in his pocket. Is that smart? No. But there's a lot of people running this country who think this is smart. Go to school, work hard, buy a house, buy a Lexus, and give the money to the bank. You know how stupid that sounds to me? And I hope it sounds stupid to you. Okay? The only reason people go to school is learn to be paid slaves. I know. My family were those guys that taught the new slaves how to get a job. You can tell I didn't get along in my family either. So. But when my mother and father said, you got to get a job, I said, I don't want a job. I'm going to be an entrepreneur and create jobs. And they go, you? You see, if I create jobs, I get tax breaks. If I have a job, I get taxed. If I buy a house, I get taxed. I put money in a 401k. They say they give you a tax break. That's a lie. Because when you take your money out, if there's anything left at age 66, money out of a 401k is taxed at the highest rate possible, ordinary income. They lie to you. Paid slaves, go to school and get a job. I'm asking you to wake up. You're in the right place, but you understand why you're here. If you're just here to make some money to buy a Lexus, wrong business. You'll be another just high-income slave. Your job is to make this world a better place. When my money comes here, like I said, I needed 34 million, it's to provide housing. Capitalists provide housing. When the government provides housing, it's bad. It's called the slums or tenements or the projects. How many people know what projects are? That's what governments do. Stay away from those bastards. I mean, people. You know? So my money comes down here. I put $1 in, bank gives me $4. What a good deal. And I get tax breaks. I pay 0 tax after that. Then I buy oil and they give me another tax break. Why? Because I'm doing stuff that makes the economy better. Lower priced oil provides food. All your computers are made of plastic, it's oil. And the extra cash, I don't save money, I save silver and gold. Okay? That's my plan. I live my plan. It's all I ever told me. When I was flat broke, that's all I talked to my friends about. And they would go, you flunked out of high school. I said, twice. You know? I never wanted to be a paid slave. I don't want you guys to be paid slaves either. Got it? So I'm glad you have your silver Bentleys, but that's only because you set other people free. And that's your job. Just like Lincoln, set other people free. So with that, I want to bring up my sweetheart. It's my wife, Kim. This is her book. And I would not be here unless she was without her. You know, we met 30-something years ago. And I had nothing. So when people think she married me for my money, I didn't have any money. I had a plan. And I pitched my plan to her, and she liked the plan. Does that make sense, you guys? And I taught her what my rich dad taught me, and now she's a rich woman. So I'm going to bring her out here to talk to all you rich women out there. And with that, my wife, Kim.
Hey. Hello, thank you, thank you. Hey, great coffee. We have a rule at our house. Nobody talks to Kim until she's had her coffee. So thank you for this. Oh. Hey, I want to, you know, are you guys getting clear on your plan? Okay. Because I want to add something to what Robert said is, you know, we had our financial plan right here. But then when we were building the cash flow game, which came before Rich Dad, Poor Dad, we had a bigger picture plan. And that's the mission statement that we still follow today. And our mission statement is to elevate the financial well-being of humanity. That's our big plan. And I just, thank you. And I just want to say thank you to you guys and people like you, because you're out there, you're playing the game, you're reading the books, you're reading Rich Dad, Poor Dad, you're sharing these principles with other people, and you're allowing this plan to grow and for our plan to come true. So I really want to thank you for that. And women, great to see so many women here today. Love it. Love it. I really want to encourage you. You know, on our first date in 1984, Robert asked me one question and he said, what did you say? What did you ask?
Can I go out with you? I mean, no. I said, do you have any problem being rich?
And I said, hell no. And then he said, what do you want to do with your life?
What's your life's purpose?
And I said, I want my own business. I was fired not once but twice from my first job out of college. I really had a problem being told what to do. I did. I hated working for other people, as Robert, we've been talking about. So I had no idea what an entrepreneur did, or how you become an entrepreneur, how you grow a business. I didn't grow up with entrepreneurs. I grew up in a family of employees. Their friends were employees. And so Robert said, well, I'll begin to teach you what my rich dad taught me. And 2 months later, I had my first business. What I love about your business is you get not only the business education, but more importantly for me, and you know, as you grow through the entrepreneurial process, you get the personal development education. Yeah.
And what personal development means is have the courage to make mistakes, to fail, and fail, and fail, and build your self-esteem. Look, too many people have had their self-esteem taken away. That's why you whisper. Screw that, you know. So personal development is build your spirit back. Build your self-confidence back. That's the plan.
Yeah, if somebody had said to me when I first started out, Kim, here's all the things you're going to go through and all the challenges you're going to have and all the obstacles you're going to face and all the highs and all the lows, I probably never would have started. But it's a personal development. Robert and I, we have personal development coaches we go to regularly. When we have problems, when we have upsets, we have a rule. If we have an upset that lasts between us for more than 45 minutes, we go to our personal development coach and we work through it. So you have that. You also have mentors, and you have, which I think is so important, is you have a support team that most people do not have in the world of entrepreneurship. So as Robert says, you're in the right place at the right time, and I just see you've got this whole support system that is geared to have you succeed and to have you win. And for the women, you know, I love to encourage women in the world of business and in the world of investing, in the world of money, and I can give you all the statistics about how as we get older, more and more of us find ourselves in financial crisis because we really haven't been taught to take care of ourselves financially. Many of us have been taught to depend upon somebody else, like a husband or a family member or the government, to take care of you. But I think it's summed up best as why women need to take charge of their money by a woman named Katharine Hepburn. And Katharine Hepburn, the famous actress, said, women, if you're given a choice between money and sex appeal, take the money. Because as you get older, your money becomes your sex appeal. And any woman over 50 like me knows what I'm talking about. But I would like to give one challenge to the women because how many of you are in business by yourselves? Great, great. How many of you are building businesses with your partner, your spouse? Wonderful, fantastic. The challenge is this. I've just come across these statistics recently, and what they're saying is in the world of entrepreneurship, in the world of business owners, women-owned businesses is the fastest growing sector of new businesses, okay? However, of these women-owned businesses, 68% of them make less than $24,000 a year. 68%. 90% of these women-owned businesses have no employees. It's just her doing it on her own. So as Robert's talking about, what's your plan? I would say plan big, because too many women, their plan is to have a couple, $1,000, $2,000, maybe $3,000 a month extra in their business. I would say build your business big, and as Robert's talking about, serve more people. You know, what do you want to create? What do you want to build? Because God knows we need more women leaders out there teaching other women how to take charge and be in charge of their own lives. And that's my message to the women. Thank you. Thank you.
So, in closing, we're going to tell you a little story about you got to fail faster. And I mean by that is that when I left the Marine Corps back in 1974, I went to see my rich dad, and I said, well, how do I become an entrepreneur? Because my plan was build a business, buy real estate, invest in oil. That was
And
my plan.
marry a really smart woman.
But anyway, so he says, I have to learn how to sell. And in my family of school teachers, sell is a four-letter word. You know, my mother always hated salesmen. And my rich dad says, that's why you'll always be poor, because you can't sell. If you can't sell, you have to be a slave to somebody else. So with that, I said, so what should I do? He said, you got to learn how to sell. And that's why I went and I got a job at Xerox, because they had I was IBM or Xerox. So I chose Xerox, and they had a great sales training program. And so they sent me to Leesburg, Virginia, not too far from here, from Hawaii. And I hit the streets knocking on doors, and I couldn't sell. Why? Same reason a lot of you can't sell. I'm embarrassed. Can't take rejection. Afraid. So instead of selling, I'm in the streets of Honolulu selling copiers. I'd be eating 3 or 4 lunches, gaining weight. And I went back to my rich dad. I said, I'm going to get fired. And, you know, and they give you about a year. And I said, I'm going to get fired. And my rich dad said to me, he says, son, how many sales calls do you make a day? And I said, on a good day, maybe 3. And he says, the reason you're failing is because you don't fail enough. I said, what do you mean? He says, if you're going to be a great salesman, you've got to make at least 30 calls a day. I went, what? So he said to me, you've got to learn how to fail faster. And I said, how do I do that? He says, I don't know. You go find your way to fail faster. So what I did is I went to dial for dollars at night. So I leave Xerox at 5 o'clock, and I'd go to this nonprofit up the street, and I would dial for dollars, asking for money. And my goal was to make 30 phone calls a night. And I just failed faster. And sometimes I failed 30 times out of 30 times. But I'd go there 3 nights a week and dial for dollars, you know? But I noticed the more I failed, my sales number at Xerox went up. You know? So I'll leave you with that thought. For those of you who are afraid of getting rejected and all, everybody's afraid of it. I'm all this. I hate it. I still hate it today. But I know I can do it now. So you got to fail faster. But the good thing about learning how to sell is, back in 1984, I had my own business, my own factory in Honolulu. I was making those wallets, and I was working for the rock and roll bands like Duran Duran, Iron Maiden, and all this manufacturing. And I was flat broke, but I was building a business. So I go to this bar called TGI Fridays. You know what TGI Fridays is? And I'm walking around the bar, and I see these legs, and I went, good God. because TGI Fridays has two levels. They have a high level and a low level. And I'm on the low level, and got my beer, and I'm snooping around. And I said, holy Jesus, thank you, Lord, for creating those legs. So I look at those legs, and it took me about 20 minutes. I never saw her face. I said, Jesus, those are nice legs, And then finally, I look up slowly, and she's smiling at me. I go, oh, I'm busted, And so I went and asked her out. She goes, no. So then I asked her out again. She said,
no.
And I asked her out again.
He said no.
So finally, after about 12,000 no's, I said, I better get smart here. About 4 weeks had passed. She's just saying no. You just can't say yes and no. So I better get smart. So I start snooping around and all this. So then I find a friend. I played rugby, and I find my friend. Says, her name was Kim Meyer. I said, do you know Kim Meyer? My friend says, oh, yeah. She works for an ad agency. I said, oh, good, in Honolulu. What can you tell me about her? And my friend says, she'll never go out with you, you loser. You don't have any money. I said, well, so what, I have a plan. So I ask her out again, and she says,
no.
I send her card. She says, no.
Well, I was also moving. My plan was to move back to New York City. That's what my plan was. So I was getting ready to move back to New York City. Last I wanted was any type of relationship thing. So, no.
Yeah, and her friend says she has a boyfriend. I said, I don't care. Jesus. I'm not looking for a long-term relationship.
Then it was hell no.
I was looking for a meaningful one-night stand. That's all I wanted,
Oh, God.
So finally, I got smarter. I said, okay, I've taken thousands of no's. I better do something else. And I said, so I found another woman who worked in the ad business. I said, do you know Kim Meyer? She goes, yeah. What can you tell me about her? And her name was, I forgot her name.
Karen.
No, the Japanese girl. Anyway, she said, oh, her best friend is Karen Spicer. I'm like, Karen Spicer? Karen Spicer? My old girlfriend? And once again, I said, thank you, Jesus. You're good to me, all this stuff. I promise I'll be good next time. So Karen and I did not split up on good terms. She still hates me, just because I cheated on her. So it's been about 7 or 8 years since I last talked to Karen. I say, hey, Karen, yes? This is your old boyfriend. Oh, you scumbag, you bastard, you son of a bitch, I said, look. No hard feelings. I'm going to try to give you a hint here. See, if you build self-confidence, you can take all that crap. So I'm taking all this. Karen is just giving me, before I started to sell, I couldn't handle it. But now I went to #1 in sales for Xerox and all this, and Karen's just going, you bastard, you did this to me, you did that to me, you cheated on me, now you like bastard. I said, yeah. She goes, okay, Karen, no hard feelings. Ah, you bastard. And she goes, just one favor, old time's sake. Look, if you guys can't handle that, you're not going to make it. You know what I mean? So I'm going, yeah, what's the favor? You know Kim Meyer, don't you? She goes, yeah. And what does every good salesman ask for? A referral. I said, so I said, Karen, a referral? You son of a bitch, you bastard, all this stuff. Look, just tell her I'm a good guy. You're not a good guy, you bastard. So after Karen defused, you know, calmed down a little bit. I said, okay. Please? Okay, I'll call her. So then Karen called Kim, and then what happened?
So Karen, I don't know why she did this, but Karen starts telling me what a great guy Robert is. She starts talking him up and all the great attributes and all the great characteristics, and she keeps selling me on Robert. So now not only have I been saying no, but now I think she still really likes him. So I'm not going to go out with somebody my girlfriend likes. So that was another 3 months of no's. But finally,
I said, Karen, just tell me something, okay? So now I've asked for referral. Now I've got to do some market research, right? Same thing. It's all the same stuff. I said, Karen, what does she like? And I said, well, you know, Kim is hot property. Every guy in town is hitting on her. And every guy with money is after her. And you don't have any money. I said, well, you know, so I have a plan.
It had nothing to do with the money.
So Karen says, it really turns Kim off when guys with a lot of money try and buy her. I said, well, I can't do that, so that's good news, you know. So she says, they all come and say, you know, Kim, let's fly to Maui for the weekend. That means let's screw, you know, that's what it means.
We live in Honolulu, and the guys would say, oh, let's go to Maui, let's go to Kauai. Well, that means, yeah, we're going to share a room. So
she said, Karen says she hates that. She just hates that. I said, well, tell me what she likes. She says, what Kim absolutely loves are moonlight walks on the beach with a bottle of champagne. I said, I can afford that. So then what happened?
So Robert calls. At this point, I was running a magazine in Honolulu, a business magazine in Honolulu, and he calls, and it's like, oh, it's Robert. And I'm like, he goes, you want to go out? And I'm like, okay, tonight, let's go out tonight. I'm like, let's get this over with. Let's get it done. I'm tired of this. I'm going to New York City. Okay, tonight. I'll meet you tonight. So I drive over to his apartment, which I'm in my little yellow Toyota Celica, and he happens to live on like the nicest condo on Waikiki Beach, with the nicest restaurant, fine dining restaurant on the ground floor. I'm like, oh, impressive. So I pull up. The valet opens my car door, and he goes, oh, you must be Kim. Like, yeah.
All that cost was $2. And I said, hey. And she was impressed. You know, oh.
I was impressed. So he goes, let me show you to his apartment. So I go up to the apartment, and Robert and I talk for a little bit. And Robert says, well, let's go down and get a table and at the restaurant. So we go down, and the maitre d' meets us, and he goes, oh, Mr. Kiyosaki, we have your table right by the beach, and your champagne is chilling. Later on, we're sipping our champagne. The waves are very romantic. The waves are lapping against the beach. It's a beautiful night. The moon is out. And we're sipping our champagne, and the maitre d' comes over and says, oh, Mr. Kiyosaki, it's such a lovely evening. Why don't you and your date take your glasses of champagne and go for a walk on the beach? And we have been together ever since.
Thank you very much, you guys.